Welcome you all. I, Ms. Barawaz Atikaya, here, Assistant Professor at Quality Assurance and Farm Analysis Department at YB Chavan College of Pharmacy, Aurangabad. Today we are going to discuss something about the basics of gas chromatography. As we all know, chromatography is a technique of separation of mixture of components using a principle of either absorption or partitioning. Today we are going to focus on the basics of the principle of gas chromatography. We have to go through the points in which we are going to see the basic theory, the instrumentation, the carrier gas, the injection port, column, and the detector types used in the gas chromatographic technique. This is a basic flow chart for analysis of mixture of compound using a gas chromatographic technique, in which we have to select the sample, and we have to prepare a suitable solution of a sample and inject into the column. In column, using the principle of either, based on the type of column, using the principle of either separation of adsorption or partitioning, the mixture of analytes separates, which gives signals to detector, and detector integrate the report, and we have the separated analyte in a pure form. As we all know, gas chromatography is a separation technique using gas as a mobile phase and a long column for the separation. Because of the length of column, high length of column, gas chromatography has certain advantages. Let's see one by one what are the advantages. The advantages of gas chromatography is the time for separation is very less. As it has gas as a mobile phase, the velocity of mobile phase increases and the separation time reduces. It gives high resolution with high sensitivity for the separation of analyte. It gives the reproducible result with a smaller volume of injection, and economically it is better to afford the separation technique. The instrumentation of gas chromatography has basic parts in which we need to use a carrier gas. Carrier gas is a mobile phase which is utilized for the separation of analyte, for the mixture of analyte. Injection port, which helps to inject a sample into the column for the separation. Column, based on the type of analyte we have, the sample we have different types of column, either wall coated open tubular or capillary column. Then we have detectors. A number of detectors are available based on the type of sample, chemical nature of the sample, and the analyte nature. We have list of detectors and we use based on the detection limit. Then data system, which integrate the data from the detector and gives us the report. Then carrier gas. Carrier gas is a mobile phase, a gas with have the property should be inert in nature, pure and dry form, and should be economic in nature. This should be in a vaporized form, and it helps our sample to carry through the column to the detector. The most widely used carrier gases for gas chromatography are hydrogen, nitrogen, helium, and argon. They have the different ability for different columns and different detector. Based on the detector and column, we have to choose suitable carrier gas for our system. Then there is a chart which recommends the carrier gas for suitable detectors. Like for FID, the most widely used carrier gas is nitrogen. For NPD, we have helium as the most widely used carrier gas, but nitrogen gives the best sensitivity for NPD detector. So based on the detectability limit, the sensitivity, and the detector quality, we have to choose the carrier gas. But overall, the carrier gas should be pure in form, dry in form, and should be economic and inert in nature. It should not react with either the column material or with the sample of interest. Then we have injection port. Injection port is a device which helps to inject a sample, a vaporized sample, into the column. It propagates a sample from the injection to the column with a high accuracy and reproducibility. Based on the type of sample, we have different types of injection port. As the sample type varies from liquid to gas, we have various injection port. The geometry and the configuration of injection port varies. Another difference in the injection port is because of the type of column we are using. For packed column, open tubular column, we have different geometry, different structure of injection port, and for capillary column we have different injection port. As both the columns have different internal diameter, hence the structure of injection port varies, which will help us to separate the sample. Then we have columns. The most interesting and the most important part of gas chromatography is its column. It is the heart of your gas chromatographic technique, as gas chromatographic technique has the highest column length, and it is a length with the less internal diameter. Depending on the internal diameter, there are two types of columns, either packed column or capillary column, and based on the type of stationary phase filled in the column, the chromatographic technique may be gas solid chromatography or gas liquid chromatography. The filling of the stationary phase inside the column, either packed or capillary, define the basic principle of the chromatography, whether it is GSC or GLC. Then about packed column, they have the larger internal diameter with the shorter length. As they have larger internal diameter, the resolution power of the packed column reduces and it requires higher sample volume. If we compare with the capillary column, it has a smaller internal diameter and wider the length, longer the length. As it has longer the length, it has the higher HETPs for the sample separation, and hence it has higher resolution power. And as it has lowest internal diameter, the sample volume required for this is less. There is a small comparison between the length, internal diameter, flow rate, theoretical plates, and pressure drop between the packed column and theoretical column, and based on the type of our separation, whether preparative or analytical, we have to choose the column. Usually packed columns are preferred for the preparative analysis, and capillary columns are preferred for the analytical separations. Here is a diagrammatic representation of packed column. In packed column, the stationary fill is compactly packed inside the internal diameter of the column. The traditionally packed columns are the solid particles of the stationary phase are packed. It is a modified form in which the solid particles are covered with a porous layer, and it forms the porous layer bead packed column. Again, there is a modification in a packed column. The packing is carried out with the bead column. The beads of the stationary phase are compactly arranged in the packed column, over which a porous layer is formed to form porous layer, and without porous layer it is a bead column. In case of capillary column, the solid surface, the internal solid surface of the column is coated with a thin layer of the stationary phase, and it forms a wall coated open tubular column. If the coating is with porous material, then again it forms a higher the capillary and higher the HETP with a higher the resolution power. It is a large resolution image of your capillary column, in which you can clearly observe that there is a polyamide coating, and over which the fused silica solid support is there, and a stationary phase is coated, and through the internal diameter the carrier gas is flowing. Either carrier gas is inert material, whether it is helium, nitrogen or hydrogen, or based on the sample we can vary the our carrier gas. There is a small comparison between the solid and the liquid gas chromatography. If we have the stationary phase as a porous polymeric solid material over the walls of the column, then it is gas solid. If it is a solid supported liquid phase, then it is called gas liquid chromatography. The basic principle will vary as the stationary phase vary. If the stationary phase is solid, then the basic principle will be adsorption, and if the liquid stationary phase is coated over the solid support, then the separation principle will differentiate from the adsorption to partitioning. Then we have types of detector. Once the sample reaches from column and it elutes out, it reaches to detector. There are various types of detector based on the type of sample eluting from the column. The various types of detector are thermal conductivity detector, electron capture detector, nitrogen phosphorus detector, flame photometric detector. All these have individual own sensitivity ranges, the detection limits, and the detectabilities. So based on the type of our need, we have to choose the detector between all these. Then we have a simple diagram which shows if a sample which is eluting out from the column, it contains sulfur, then we should prefer the column with FPD as a specification. FID and PHID are not preferred. If it contains phosphorus, then again it prefers either NPD detector or FPD detector. If it contains the eluting substance has nitrogen and or phosphorus, then NPD detectors are preferred. If the compound with halogen are eluting from the column, then electron capture detectors are preferred. Similarly, we have different criteria for the selection of detector. Hope you got the concept of basics of the gas chromatography. Thank you.